Hello, beautiful people. It's Sinderfam. Welcome to the channel. Today we're back again with another video from the Word of Our podcast. Let's check it out.
Relationship status. What about you?
I have a pet.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pet, like a guy that acts like my dog.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I thought you were joking.
He sleeps on my floor on the dog bed.
He's like a sub. Is that what you call him? Or a slave?
He just does whatever I ask.
A servant?
So you have a master-slave BDSM dynamic.
Yeah, basically. I went.
You're being serious, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was I got out of a relationship about a year ago. The guy tried to strangle me like 5 times. I ran to the neighbor's
I'm
house.
not sure how that's relevant, but okay.
So I ended up with a
Well,
sub
because as you know, the best way to recover from being in an abusive relationship is to abuse somebody. Everybody knows that.
Well, I don't hit him or anything, and he
just humiliate him, make him sleep in a dog bed. Does he have a dog
I told him
bowl?
he could. I didn't tell him he had to. He asked me to buy him a dog bed.
Yeah, but I mean,
boy.
you do realize that there are mentally ill individuals out there who do mentally ill things, and that it is very enabling when a person's like, well, I know that you're mentally ill and sick in the head, that you'd be willing to sleep in a dog bed like a freak, but I'm going to go ahead and in some way get some sort of gratification from that. Like, what doesn't that say something bad about you?
I didn't think about it, but I guess I don't know. I take care of him financially. I pay all of his bills. Like,
why?
Because I don't know.
She's the dom. She's the dom.
I just enjoy the comfort. It's
Do you
a
peg him
companion.
too?
I don't think so.
How would you would forget that, or how would you forget that?
I tell him he's a good boy, though.
Does he bark for you?
He probably would if I asked him to.
Is this around
Wait,
your
this is
child?
like
Yeah, what kind of pet dynamic is this?
Have you seen?
Yeah,
this is
wait.
like that. Have you seen that Office episode where they like went to Jan's house, like Michael and Jan's house, and like Jan had the whole bed,
She walks in with the collar.
You have the ottoman.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is, actually.
and then there's like a what's it called? You know, at the edge of the bed, there's a
Ottoman.
Ottoman. It was like an ottoman. He slept on the ottoman.
Are you being
Well,
100% serious?
Is it if there's a contract that says he consents to this?
I mean,
Legally.
look, it is
An
a
NDA?
BDSM relationship. I
Okay.
suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if a man, for instance, were to have some type of contract with a woman that it was okay for him to, well, I don't know, smack her around whenever he felt like it, you would still consider that to be abusive, even though it was contractual, right?
I looked it up by law. It's technically, if it's consensual by a contract, you're okay.
You wouldn't think that was abusive?
I mean, if I don't like it and I'm saying no, then yeah, that's a form of abuse, I think.
How long has this been going on?
Well, I've known him for 8 years, but it became more of a thing recently,
How recently?
like about a year now.
So you guys been together for a year?
We're not together.
Well, okay, hold on.
Do you take him
Okay.
on walks? Does he get little treats?
He actually thought that
on a
would be
leash?
funny. He's already talked about that.
Yeah. So, are you dating somebody else?
No.
Okay.
I have
so
commitment issues.
how long have you been single?
About a year, maybe a year and a half.
All right. Longest relationship?
12 years.
Was that the one that ended a year ago?
Oh no, I dated someone when I started dating when I was 10 years old, and I quit till my early 20s.
How old were they?
They're also 11.
Same age?
11.
And that was the 12-year relationship?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Who broke up with who in the 12-year relationship?
He admitted something openly that like he had gotten and then couldn't.
You gotta say essay, man.
Oh, essay.
Fuck.
Sorry, essay. That he got essayed and then he kind of ghosted me. I think he was just ashamed of the fact that he was violated.
Okay. Your relationship that ended a year ago, how long was that one?
That was a year.
All right. Who broke up with who?
He just got arrested and it ended from there.
Arrested for what?
He tried to strangle me within 5 times with one night.
Was it consensual?
No. I ran to the next door neighbor. I was running away from him.
Was this the first time he tried to hurt you?
No.
Okay.
No, it was second, and after the second, it was just, that's done.
Right. Were you guys having an argument or?
No, he was drunk. He got mad about pizza. He ordered pizza and then he passed out and I put it in the fridge and he got mad that I put it in the fridge. He started just freaking out on me and screaming at me.
Mental illness.
Okay. Why are you so attracted to mentally ill men?
Abusive men.
I don't know. I can't. I've never actually had a deep conversation with myself.
Childhood trauma?
You see this? Hurt people. And the fact that she thinks this is okay or she thinks this is okay is what is disturbing. She attracts people who are abusive or who would hurt her in a relationship. And now she's doing that to somebody, baby, because of past trauma or whatever. And she thinks it is okay because, I mean, the man lets you to tell you to treat him like a dog or like an animal, and you do it because it is okay. But let me get this straight. Do you think if you were a man that was doing that to a woman, what do you think the public is going to say? But okay, of course, it is okay for her to do that to a man. I don't care if the man agrees, because what if that man is not well? And exactly what Andrew said. What if he is not well? Do you even know that they are mentally ill people and taking advantage of them? But of course, it is not an issue because he signed a freaking form. You would tell if he can back, or he would back if you tell him to. Does that sound like somebody who is okay? But no, it is not a problem because she hasn't actually thought about it. She don't even see any way or in any way where that is an abuse. How is this okay? It is all shades of wrong. And this is the problem. People go on to do this type of things or think it is pleasure or think it is fun or is exciting. Which part of this is exciting? It is so disturbing. I don't know what anybody's going to say, but this is really, really disturbing. She has been going on, she has moved on or been in series of abusive relationship or hurting people who would hurt her. But rather than heal, you think instead of you to heal, it's rather for you to engage in another abusive relationship and be the abuser and see nothing wrong with it because he wants it or he lets you do it. Would she be okay if a man lets her do this? Or if a man decides that, okay, he wants to be treating you like that? It don't even make sense. Please, we have to be honest. I don't know what anybody's going to say, but hearing this, it is really, really disturbing. Honestly, it is. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Okay. Why are you so attracted to mentally ill men?
Abusive men.
I don't know. I can't. I've never actually had a deep conversation with myself.
Childhood trauma, perhaps?
Yeah, probably.
The current guy that you're not seeing but lives in your house and you pay all of his bills, do you have a carnal relationship with this gentleman?
Like what kind of relationship? I didn't hear.
Sexual? Is it a sexual relationship?
No, I really haven't had much sex in like a year. I would say it has been like twice, and then I just know it's not sexual anymore.
Wait, you've had sex with him?
Yeah, in
Two
the
times.
very beginning, and then I just can't have sex with him anymore.
How often does he sleep on your floor?
Every night.
Oh, every night he comes over and sleeps. Oh, he lives in your house?
He doesn't leave my house.
Does he do your chores?
Yes.
Can you just break down like everything he does for you?
Holds my jacket. If I have girlfriends, he holds their jackets and purses. If I need him to walk to the grocery store, he will. If I get sick, he'll take care of me. If he gets sick, I take care of him. Yeah, everything. Any house chore I need done, he'll get done for me.
Okay.
He just doesn't drive.
Does he wear anything?
And is he older than you?
Yeah, he's 30.
Yeah. Okay. So the couple of quick questions. I'm just curious about if you think about what is mentally stable, right, or somebody who's not mentally ill, would you see it as a sign of perhaps abnormality? A man who is willing to sleep on the ground in a dog bed and be ordered about by a person who owned the place to the point where they would stand there as a coat rack or have endless demands put on them, which are essentially dehumanizing.
What is that? Will you repeat that first part of the sentence? Please.
Yeah, would you consider that mentally stable?
Graffito Tact donated $200. Girls, do men expect extremely kinky / weird stuff in bed due to corn becoming more extreme? Can you give examples? Have you ever had to break up because a sex act a guy wanted was too crazy for you?
We'll come right back to that, Graffito. Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, sure. I'm just wondering, do you consider that to be mentally stable behavior?
I don't think he's mentally stable at all. I definitely know he's not mentally stable, but he's not capable of taking care of himself. I've tried to help him get his driver's license. I've tried to help him get.
I mean, are you a psychologist?
No.
I mean, so you can't make a diagnosis.
I guess you're right. I can't. But he doesn't.
About whether or not, hang on. About whether or not a person can take care of themselves, and even if he couldn't, and I'll just grant to you that he couldn't, wouldn't you then defer that to professionals who could assist him so that he could take care of himself rather than exploiting a mentally ill person, making them sleep on the floor like a dog? How is that not monstrous?
I guess I thought because it's consensual and he wants to be next to me all the time. I didn't think it was.
Is it consensual? If a mentally ill person gives consent, are they really giving consent?
He wasn't diagnosed as mentally ill, so I mean, I don't know. I never thought about this.
Sorry, Andrew, I just want to jump in. You mentioned before the show that you're a mother. If you have a mentally ill person that you acknowledge is mentally ill living in your home, how are you feel safe with your child around him? Why are you exposing your child to that?
My daughter loves him, and he's really good with my daughter too.
But you just said that he's mentally ill.
Well, I don't know what you guys considered mentally ill. He can take care of himself. He's good with kids.
Would bark like a dog if requested. Stands as coat rack for you. Sleeps on the floor like a dog. Is treated as a pet by you, by your admission.
But he's still a human.
I think that a person who would be willing to do that sounds like they have some screws loose. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's not he has a good heart. He's not a bad person.
I'm not blaming him. Yeah. I don't think he's bad. I don't think that the person here who's completely unwell is the bad person.
She asked about my kid, and if he was a bad person, of course he wouldn't be around my kid. But he's not a bad person. He's actually really good with people.
But what do you think that is not sending some sort of message or teaching your, you said it was a daughter, I believe?
Well, he doesn't do that. If my kid is there, I share co-parent with my sister. So if my sister gives me, we share custody. If my daughter's there, he doesn't do that around my daughter.
No, not only that, but do you not think that it's confusing your daughter to see her mother in a relationship with a man who's a doormat for her instead of a loving monogamous relationship, or even not a monogamous relationship, but a real partner?
You have a point. She kind of I guess so, yeah, because she's dominant too. She kind of tells him what to do, and yeah, no, there's a point there, yeah.
Because the father figure in your life, or at least whoever that is, maybe the stepdad, the dad who stepped up, whatever it might be in people's situations, I know that for women that really determines a lot about the future relationships that they engage in and what they expect for themselves and what they think they deserve. Shout out to my dad who would warm the car up every single morning before school when I was a kid. Do you not want better for your daughter than this? Don't you think you deserve a real partner in life who...
I think I'm just scared of men because I went through a year ago and I've known him for 8 years. So it's easy to be close to someone you're comfortable with than get abused again.
Have you ever thought of conquering that fear and I don't know, CBT therapy or something like that to really move past it instead of just have a man...
I'm trying to go to therapy, but every time I try to get therapy, it seems like there's always an issue trying to get a therapist to help with something. So I've definitely reached out to people. I've definitely asked for help, but it seems like there's always a insurance problem. If I get that fixed, there's another issue.
Well, have you thought about the idea that perhaps you're just a horrible person? Have you perhaps reconciled the fact that you could just be a fucking awful person who likes to do damage to men?
No, because I've had boyfriends say I'm a wonderful girlfriend. I've had boyfriends.
When you make them sleep on the floor?
No,
and make them act as a coat rack for your friends? So you can demean them?
Technically, he's not my boyfriend, but when I've had boyfriends, I've cleaned their dishes, taken care of their dog, walked their dog. I've also been the one that takes care of all their stuff while they're paying the financial bills, and I just sit there and I take care of them.
I think that there's an overemphasis often on the idea of therapy, therapists, and the fact that you need a mental health professional to come in. I think that the first step, honestly, is where's the common sense here? I don't actually even understand. Where's the common sense?
This guy has the right to leave at any point.
If you make a man sleep on the floor like a dog and then publicly proclaim that he's your pet, right? You might be a horrible person. I don't know why you would need a psychologist.
Well, he has the right to leave and go anywhere he wants. I don't.
we pay all his
What?
bills. Why would he ever leave if you're paying all his bills? He doesn't really have, he's
Well,
like
he's not-
leeching off of you.
He's not trapped there either.
But he doesn't have an incentive to leave if you're paying all his bills. Why would he go be broker and homeless or whatever
Well,
it
that's
might
what I'm
be?
saying. If he
Sleeps
thought I
by
was
you every night.
if anybody thought I was a horrible person, they can always get up and leave my place too.
But
Like,
do you see
he's
how you've
claiming that I'm a horrible
incentivized him to
person.
stay in this
He's
environment?
dependent. He's
He's
dependent.
dependent on you. You've incentivized him. It's kind of like federal government aid on welfare, that if you're just getting a consistent check or something, why would you ever go and get your own job or figure out
Sure,
something
basically.
else?
Like here, I'll show you
Enabling
what
it.
she's saying.
And-
Right? Let's
yeah,
let's
a little
reverse
bit.
this.
Okay.
We're not
Let's
as
reverse
much
this
as
for a second. Hang on. Let's reverse it. Let's pretend for a second that I was on the panel and I said, well, I found a mentally unwell woman who can't take care of herself and she's totally dependent upon me. At night, I make her sleep on the ground, right? I make her do all sorts of sexual things whenever I feel like it, right? And I treat her like a doormat in front of every woman who comes over. Not a doormat like, ooh, I'm kind of rude to her, but literally make her stand there with her arm extended, and then me and my friends hang our coats and balance our drinks from her little nose. Would
Well, not
you?
to that extent,
Would any
but yeah.
woman here not say that that was fucking horrific and that I was a monster? Go ahead. I just, by a show of hands, who would say, if I said all of that to you, that I was a monster? Show of hands. Yeah, okay. But somehow the sisterhood can't be bothered to express to this woman that what she's doing is fucking monstrous.
No one's
And
ever
it's
said
like-
anything to me.
Yeah, I'm sure they haven't.
Exactly. Andrew made some really interesting points. The ladies on the panel, except for the other one on the red blouse that is asking question, the rest are so comfortable. This is so disturbing. She literally just said she has a pet, and one would think it is a pet, but it's a human being she calls a pet. She literally lets him be her cloth rack in front of her friend, and she literally just said that even her daughter treats him the exact same way. Is domineering. And you want to tell me that is not disturbing? Or because he is a man, he is supposed to be allowed to treat that way? And you see how the other ladies felt so comfortable, so relaxed, not saying, like, it is so disturbing. What is wrong with the society? And people who think this is okay doesn't even make sense, because she's literally just said nobody has told her that she's a monster or told her that what she's doing is wrong, because she thinks it is right, and because he can willingly, or he's not locked up, he's not tied, he can up and leave. Excuse you, did she really just say that? How is this not dehumanizing, or how is this not wrong? Somebody please explain to me how this is okay. And her feeling like, oh yeah, she is paying his bills and so she can walk over him is meant. She literally said he is mentally unwell, but he hasn't been diagnosed. I mean, we can hear it all for ourselves, because this is so sickening to hear. Doing this to somebody you've known for 8 years. Oh, it's better to do this to somebody than to do it with a stranger. Then her kid dominates over him as well, commands him, because I mean, that is what he is there for. I mean, what is even sadder is the fact that she literally said in the beginning of the video that she has a pet. And one would think it was actually a pet, but it's a human being. So you think calling a human being a pet is not monstrous? That it is okay because nobody has ever called you out, or nobody has ever told you that what you're doing is wrong, and you think it is okay? If you think this is okay, then you're everything wrong with the society. Nobody should be doing this, man or woman. Nobody should be doing this to somebody else. But if you literally consider a human being to be your pet, and you let him be your coat rack, or you, because he signed a contract, and you think it is okay, you dehumanize him in front of your friends, your daughter, your home, just because you pay his freaking bills, and you think he can't fend for himself, he can't do nothing all by himself, but you do that, or because you do things for him, so it is okay to walk over him. I don't know what to say, but other than that is a monster. And Andrew is right, because if he were a man who were to say this, everybody would think or call him a monster and say it is abusive. but a woman doing it to a man is not abusive. I don't know what to say, because I mean, the society itself has failed us. It has failed completely. And this is so disturbing, disgusting, all shades of wrong. Exactly. Hurt people hurt people. And this is the reason why we keep saying people should heal first before jumping or moving on to the next relationship or moving to another relationship. Because if you think she's continuously, she's just moving over in the same circle, repeating the exact same circle and onto her daughter, because she thinks what she's doing is okay, and it's okay to walk all over on men. So her daughter seeing this would think it is okay, because this is a lifestyle, or this is the kind of life she grew up in. So she would think it is okay and be doing it to other people, which is even worse, her continuing the cycle and transferring it onto her daughter, or her dehumanizing human being and thinking that no, is nothing wrong because she hasn't been called out. This is the reason why people need to be held accountable, most especially women, be held accountable, because many women don't know what it is like to be called out or to be held accountable. This is disgusting and all shades of wrong. Let me know what you think. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I really love to share that. You can share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.